Get started here in a sec, guys. Get everything set up real quick. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? No. Okay, cool. Cool. I think we're good to go. Let people hop in here real quick. Just made my coffee. I'm gonna get it real quick. Give me a sec. Okay, give me 1 sec. Let us begin. Let us begin. Let us begin. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everybody's doing well. Red or green? Isn't that the question? You look pretty good, to be honest, right now. Right? Yesterday, pretty terrible. Broke down. Obviously, lower highs made, dumped down the toilet. But you bounced where you needed to, right? I mean, I said in yesterday's video, like if you want to get bearish, if you really want to look for bearish continuation, right, to where you start getting a big drop again, it's this type of movement. You know, you got to get below that level. That's where you got to go, and we're not there yet. The biggest things I'm looking at right now, few things. Okay, let me slide this over. Get rid of that. Make it a coffee. Slide this over right here so you guys can see as well. So NASDAQ is already up 270 points. Okay. Very important to be considering just how much we are up already. And this does put us in just where the day ended yesterday. This could get pretty red, in my opinion, if sellers do actually step in. But we'll see. I mean, the past 2 Fridays have ended pretty bad, surprisingly enough. It's like January inverse, or actually the January same thing, right? Fridays have been bad. But except there's been no bounce back on that Monday, so it's kind of where we're at right now. But looking overall at the market, you're at resistance, 19.5, like obviously, like right, same level over and over. So it's not surprising where we're at and how we're moving. If you're surprised, I don't really know what to say, but yeah, you're just trading in that lower part of the range now. We want to see us get back below VWAP. First day in the cord. Slime time. Jordan gets back Monday as well. So, yeah, same shit right now. SPY or SPY at. Let's go to ES actually. ES looks like really lackluster. I mean, you're trying to bounce, don't get me wrong, but just really lackluster here. All things considered. You can just still see lower highs being developed. Dow didn't really do nothing last night either. You had your big breakdown though from 41K. That was nice, but pretty wild. Is the market going to dump at open? I mean, guys, you asked me to like predict the future. I'm just telling you where we're at right now and how we're reacting, and basically how you should be reacting to this. I mean, below 19.5, you guys know I'm looking for downside. Fuck. Trading starts at 1 p.m. Sounds nice. I feel like my whole day would be gone though. I have free mornings. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if I stop trading early, but yeah. I don't know if I'd like that or not. I don't know if I would like that or not. So yeah. Let's see if there's anything else. We're gonna go through stocks. So that's what I really want to do. You check Apple. I'm looking for shorting opportunity today, guys. I mean, like I like Apple. I went short on Apple yesterday. Discord, we went short on it yesterday. Awesome, great play. I mean, my target is down here 207, 206.5. But like you're pushing it. Like I don't know what else to say. Like you know, you're playing a dangerous game at this point. Like you've dropped a lot. It's been weak, but yeah, I mean, if it stays below 210.5, maybe you get downside, but I wouldn't get crazy though. I would not be getting crazy. No way, Jose. So yeah, a lot of these names are trying to balance it. Where's Nvidia? Nvidia's been the bright spot. Now, it's important to understand though, Nvidia will, if this Nasdaq action keeps happening, Nvidia will slow down. Okay, you need to understand that. Now, I'm not going to give you a timeline or say when it's going to slow down or when that action's going to get bad. I'm not going to say that because, yeah, I'm not going to get attacked for that. But you need to understand it's going to slow down eventually. If the Nasdaq doesn't start getting some buying, it's right here. It's a resistance. Video. See how we react to that. PLTR bounce. I mean, everything is getting a little bit of a bounce right now. So you're up like 200 points in the after hours. Yeah, holding this little level here. 79. You could push back into 85, 84. SPY 550 retest. You're at 551. I mean, you already retested it yesterday. What are you talking about? 1, 2. I mean, in theory, too, SPY. I mean, you gotta look at what you're getting right now, right? Potentially on the 15-minute from yesterday. Higher lows, not bad. It's not bad, right? We'll have a decent little gap, but we'll see how we open up top of the morning. Microsoft bouncing back too. I still like a lot of these names for downside, but you're just getting a little bit of a bounce right now. Netflix projected off of 926. Hey, yesterday? That's Wednesday. Thought so. I liked Upstart a lot yesterday for a short. Amazon. Back into the 200, most likely here at Amazon. Dude, Amazon has been rejecting its 200, though. I'll tell you that. I will tell you that, man. It's been juicy. Is the balance sustainable or just... Guys, I know that, like, I know I've been having a good, you know, I've had great videos recently, great levels, great maybe understanding of the market, whatever. But I cannot tell you what the market's going to do. Like, you'll need to, like, understand. I don't know if we... I don't know, like if we listen to my YouTube videos and it goes in one ear and out the other, or like how you guys listen to I'd be very curious to hear how you guys listen to the YouTube videos. But like, if you really listen, it's all based off of reacting to certain levels and then giving my opinion on how the market's moving. That's how I trade. Like it's really simple. So, you know, again, maybe listen to the video slower. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, is the bounce sustainable? I mean, you're not really like, you need to understand too, you're not really like, I wouldn't even say you're bouncing. You're just in a range, like below 19.5. You sat below 19.5 for 85% of this week, right? Wednesday's the only day that you sat above the range and then you drop back down. So I don't know like what we're talking about, like bounce. Like we're just sitting in the bottom part of this range. That's what I would be thinking about. Can you give me some thoughts on Tesla? Yeah, I can. Tesla shorted this yesterday, made good money on puts, bounced back today. This is why I said this too in Discord. Someone was asking me, they're like, "Hey Tyler, like, do you think Tesla's still a good short? Whatever." And it's not that I don't think it's like, it's the same thing with Apple, right? It's not that I don't think they're good plays. Like, not that they can't keep going down. The problem though is like just putting myself in a position to catch the quick move, the continuation, things like that, right? I don't want to be stuck in a play, especially if I'm just short-term trading it, right? So yeah, like I'm always like thinking about that. So Tesla like yesterday dropped down, filled the gap, and I was like, I don't want to trade this anymore, right? You dropped a little bit more, but like you started bouncing. So like that's what I was like. I don't like to go down that path. Bounce due to no government shutdowns. Trump is signing more executive orders today. Consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. Either short squeeze 3% on QQQ or back to rug. Hey, truck stop. Hey, I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. So yeah. AVGO bouncing. I mean, semis are getting the best bounce here. Like semis are clear as day, getting the most love out of all these names. Semis, they're getting the most love, like by far, by large and far. Yeah, this is why I said to an AVGO, like shorting it below 193. Like I see the vision. You had to trade $3 an ounce yesterday, but you're not going to get continuation, and you're not going to turn weak on AVGO until you really lose 193. You have to lose 185, 180, the 200 SMA. So I'd be really thinking about that as well, like of where you're at there, because again, a lot of these names are like they're on supports right there, so you have to be a little bit patient. Like Nvidia, like 106.5, we talked a lot about that level. You're just holding it right now, and then it's funny you get most of your upside here in the pre-market and then nothing else. So Jesus Christ. But like you're coming right into resistance here. Although if you get above like 120 on Nvidia, I mean I could see a push. I don't want to say the 200 SMA, but kind of what you're looking for. Tesla more of a long term for me. Average buy at 250. Do you think we get another dip to average down? I think you probably get more of a dip. I think it's very likely Tesla dips more. Very, very likely. I would not be shocked. Nvidia still looks really good, man. But I mean, if you're a long term buyer, you're buying forgetting. Like I think averaging in is your best bet. Like I said it in every one of my videos. Even though I've been bearish, I'm like, guys, like if you're looking long term, you're looking at options or you're looking at like what to own, buy stock, etc. You just average in. Like that's what you do. You know what I mean? Like you don't think about it. You don't think about the concerns. You just buy, put in your portfolio, forget. Come back in like a year, right? You'll probably be happy. Now, if you're going for options, for leaps, things like that, then obviously you got to time things a little bit better. You want to see confirmation, signs of an actual reversal. Those things are, play a large part. So, Tesla more of, yeah, it's them. So I think that's the right mentality to have if you're buying stuff stock wise. It's just like I get people that ask me on Twitter, like, hey, Tyler, like I'm buying, is it the bottom? Like, I'm like, dude, like when you're buying stock, your goal isn't to time the bottom. You know what I mean? That's not the goal. The goal is to just get in, right? Because you believe in the company. Thoughts on Costco and Adobe? Costco. Yeah, Costco's weak. You're dropping right down, straight below your 200 SMA. I mean, same story as I've been saying on these other names. So next target's 875. Below that, you get pretty weak. Adobe. I mean, these names are just going straight down, so I don't really know what else to say. Pretty weak chart. But yeah, Adobe, like big levels down here. I mean, I don't think you're going to 270. That's crazy. You need to hold that level right there, 385. That's what you need to hold. Yeah. Yours dropping down, so it doesn't look good. I'll tell you that. That's on Bitcoin. I actually haven't looked at Bitcoin. I should look at this. It's holding. It's holding below your 200 SMA. Looks terrible. Terrible. Your 200 daily moving average. Look at that. That is freaking awful. Look at that. It was support right here. Now it's resistance. Not what you want to see. But looking for 74, 73K. Thinking this little pump will only last till April's tariffs hit. I mean, dude, what's today? 14th. We have half the month left. We'll see. Again, I react to what's in front of us, adjust from there. But yeah, almost 9 a.m. I haven't seen Trump mention tariffs. Is he awake yet? Given the movement of the pre-market, considering that we've had this kind of movement before throughout the entire week, rejecting at some levels for futures, etc., do you think we reject? Or, I mean, you're opening up at a key level, so it's important to understand. Like, but again, I don't go into the market and like blindly like, okay, guys, market open, time to short, right? I mean, you can if you want, but like, under 19.5, like I'm pretty weak on the market. We were making lower highs here yesterday, so I mean, I wasn't looking to go short on, and you can ask Discord, like go like ask them. So I wasn't looking to go short yesterday until we started getting below VWAP in 19.5. But I mean, I posted that. I posted it in, on YouTube, on Twitter. Like, it was just weak, right? Like, dude, just rejected and died. Like, so weak. So if we can get above 19.5 here, I mean, again, I think you should have had some better bounce here, but we'll see. MicroStrategy levels. Dude, you can't lose the 200 SMA. That's all I really care about. 281 in the 200 SMA. That's all I care about. NVIDIA meeting next week might bless the stock. I mean, NVIDIA's already like, this is my opinion. Like NVIDIA and like some of these semiconductors. I was talking to my dad yesterday, actually. He like the house I bought, we remodeled it, and he's a general contractor, owns his own real estate company. Anyways, so we did the whole remodel, and so we were just going over some last paperwork because we finished the house. We did a few more things on the outside, but that's about it. Anyways, and so I was talking to him yesterday, and he's got like a pretty sizable check. He's like, yeah, he's like, I know the market's dipping, so I want to buy some stuff. He was like, I'll probably like, he was like, let me know what you think. I was like, honestly, if you are okay with risk, I would wait a little bit. And I would just buy leaps, like on a few stocks you want. He was like, oh yeah, I want, like, yeah, that's what I want to do. So anyways, I was talking to him about it. I'm not going to go into specific names, but like, you just have to be okay, like, not looking at them. That's the biggest thing. And when you look at names like NVIDIA and TSM and AVGO and these other companies, like, dude, like what Trump is doing right now, like, I like him, don't like him, I don't care. But like from a economic standpoint, the next 2 or 3 years look really, really promising for semiconductor companies. They look really promising. So I remain pretty optimistic. And I think that getting a dip during these initial phases is a blessing in disguise. What's going on with Tesla, up or down? It's been going down. I don't know what that question is. Guys, if you go to someone's channel and you say up or down and they tell you up or they tell you down, they're probably like just full of it. I mean, you're gapping up, you're above the level from yesterday, 241, the low from I think Wednesday. So that's nice. I mean, upside, I'm looking for like maybe 253. But I'm not looking to really trade Tesla for no reason here. Thoughts on JPM? Dude, I have so many squirrels in my yard. It's crazy. JP Morgan, I'd be watching this under the 200 SMA, below 227. Just be patient. If it holds, looks good. Apple, please, looks weak. If you're in Discord too, like we've gone over it a lot in Discord. Like I just covered Apple too. So basically shut my phone off and hold my August and video call. That's not a leap. I'm just saying, like, y'all need to understand that. Like, people talking about like NVIDIA and like, you know, I'm telling you right now, like, that's a super high risk. Like, you need to understand that. Like, let's go look at it. Let's actually look at it. I haven't looked at this yet, so this might be terrifying. Let's see. Dude, people are gonna get really happy. Oh, it's the 50th of May. Yeah, you're about to have a death cross on NVIDIA. Again, I don't know why people aren't talking about this. This is crazy. It's again, it's the same. It's the same thing on repeat. It really is. I don't understand it. You have really interesting, great setups, and nobody talks about it. Like literally, no. It's I truly don't I don't know if people just don't have minds of their own. Like I don't know if people like don't go look for plays by themselves or they just like follow social media, like as far as like other like YouTube accounts or Twitter accounts, and then they just randomly like, oh well, someone posted about a death cross. Let me post. Why is nobody talking about NVIDIA the death cross potentially? I mean, I'm not saying that like you're gonna die down to $50. I mean, I'm just like, I mean, what are we like? What's happening? Like, what? Why is no one talking? Why is no one talking about that? Am I crazy? Like, it's wild. And then everyone was like, dude, the funniest thing was, again, like, I'm not throwing shade. Like, everyone, like, I have bad takes sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? So again, I am totally transparent. Like, I have bad takes. You guys have comments. Like, I think someone the other day I said, if I literally said I had to correct myself, but so I said in the video, I was like, if inflation rates, if CPI comes in higher, the Fed would be more likely to cut. I was like, dude, what am I talking about? I'm just yapping. That's a stupid thing that I said. Like, I came out in the next video and corrected myself and said I was wrong. That was a dumb statement. I didn't think before I said that. That was crazy, right? And I explained myself, went further, but yeah. But like, bro, Corey from Stocks channel, I like his channel. I really do. So it's important to know that I like his channel. But crazy take. Someone's clipped me it. They're like, bro, what do you think about this? They're like, is this the same? I'm like, what are you talking about? And he was like, well, just look. And he was like, and talking about NQ. He compared NQ right now to NQ back in July and August. And I'm like, no, that's not similar. That is not similar at all. He's like, but they're dropping the same. I'm like, yeah, but they're dropping for totally different reasons. One's based off of United States of America, our stock market, our economic policy. One was based off of this giant move right here was based off the carry trade from Japan, which was detrimental, but like, and worrisome. People didn't de-risk, but like, yeah, like what are we talking about? You know what I mean? Like there's nothing similar. It's like, just like when people were comparing, like, 2022, right? Or like 2023, like, oh, this is the housing bubble all over again from 2008. I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. That's not the housing bubble. This is not. Our delinquencies are nowhere near what they were in 2008. Nope. Like, banks also have plenty of liquidity. Believe me, they have plenty of liquidity. Regional banks, different story, but yeah, like, it's just crazy. Like the takes. I mean, I get it. Like, getting views, I get that part of it, but like, to a certain extent, like, you gotta, like, there's a difference between clickbait, like having a thumbnail or having a title that's like, okay, click me. I get that part. I can get behind it, right? Shady advertisement, but honest content, right? An honest product, right? If someone like, you know, a plumber is like, we're the best in the whole wide world, right? That's obviously like kind of dishonest, right? But if they came over and gave you premium quality service, you'd be like, okay, cool. Thanks for cleaning my pipes, Terry. Appreciate that, right? But did he? You'd be happy. You'd be like, okay, I'm okay with that. You satisfied me. Pause. Right? So it's just weird. It's just so weird though that people like are getting behind these crazy viewpoints, and it just shows you too that this is what happens. Like I'm telling you right now, this is what happens, and I've been saying it for weeks now. Everyone in a bull market, and I told, if you were in Discord for the past 2 years, right? And if you were in Discord back here in 2022 in the bear market, right, when you were coming down, I was very clear. I said, look, when the market flips bullish, it's incredibly easy to trade. It's very easy because it's a cycle. All you do is you buy, you wait for dips, preferably to the 100 or 200, you buy again, and then you just rinse and repeat over and over and over, right? And people are like, well, that strategy doesn't work. Well, it worked from 2023 to 2024. And then you go back even further, it worked again from 2020 all the way to the end of 2021, going into 2022. And then you go back even further, and you're like, oh, wait, it worked from 2019 all the way into the 2020 crash. And then you go back again, and then it worked again from 2016 all the way basically into 2018. And then you go back again, and the only time it was a little choppy was 2015 to 2016. That was because we all knew that like administration was changing from Democrat to Republican. Policy was going to change. But then you go back again on NASDAQ, and again, 2012, oh, wow. So during bull markets, everyone looks smart. Like, you have to understand that. Like, I looked like everybody. But when the market starts to change and, like, policy changes, which doesn't happen often, right? It's not often that you see total policy, monetary policy switch, right? That doesn't happen a lot. So when that happens, people get exposed, right? Because, again, this is very simple to trade. This is very easy. And so that's what's happening. And to me, it's wild. Like, it is wild. People are just running with it. But I will say, like, Corey Stock Channel was one of the only like channels that I actively turn on. I turn on him. I turn on Big Vince. Big Vince doesn't really like do rundowns. Options Insider. But yeah, like those channels. I mean, his channel is pretty solid. His is more like educational. I think he does pre-market videos, pre-market lives as well. But yeah, so different vibe than me for sure. Less fundamental, but good channel nonetheless. Yeah, video going back to 110 minute if it breaks down. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'm not jumping on short Nvidia here. Like that doesn't make that much sense. Like I've been clear about that. I mean, you're at resistance now, so I'd be careful. I think it's a 30-minute demand or supply zone up here, so I'd be careful. But yeah. But anyways, I'm just saying, be careful listening to some of these people. It's crazy take. I'm telling you, there are some wild takes out there in the market. I'm telling you, like, especially Twitter. Twitter's crazy. Like, yeah, you've seen what's happened on Twitter of people just like running with ideas. Like, yeah, and they just keep calling for, oh, bottoms in, just 20 bottoms in. So yeah, and then once the bottom's actually anything but called it, I'm like, oh, okay. MicroStrategy 280, watching for a juicy short. I mean, Bitcoin still looks really good for the downside because you're below the 200 SMA. But yeah. Yeah, you can join by the way, so I just saw someone join. The newsletter is totally free for you guys. Like, never feel like you have to pay for anything here on the channel. If you guys want to join Discord, cool. But like the newsletter is totally free. Every Sunday, Jordan sends it out. So make sure you're tapping. Shocks you how much it's held up. I mean, it's because what's gonna happen when it loses the 200 SMA. Like, it's very important to understand. Like again, look at MicroStrategy. It has not been below your 200 SMA since February 2023. Like, it's grinded on your 200. I'm trying to say, when you're bullish, it's very simple to identify major buy levels, right? And again, you're holding on. But what happens, and this is a big what if, is if Bitcoin starts breaking below your previous highs back here, 73, 75. I don't think you're going to. We'll see. Unless the market takes a really big tumble, I don't see that happening. But yeah, I mean, what happens if that happens? That's the $1 million question right now. If that happens, you get pretty concerned about MicroStrategy. Yeah. Yeah, you do. I mean, MicroStrategy most likely drops. I mean, it'll drop like a rock. It really will. It will drop. So we'll see. By March 13th, the market signals a bottom 86% of the time for the last 25 years. Typically, the next month is the best month. Hey, I hope so. The market bounce is cool, man. Like, I'm not like net short on my account. Like, you need to understand that. Like, I'm not gonna hold a bunch of crazy shorts overnight. Like, that's just not the way that I trade. Like, right. I like downside on the market because it's really good volatility, really good scalping for futures. Do I watch VIX? It looks like it's primed for a pop. I mean, I watch VIX, but I don't chart VIX. So like, this is very important to understand too. Like when you have idiots online that are like, okay, man, like I don't care if it works out either. Like I really just don't care. But like you see people, okay, you have support here. I'm like, you have support on VIX. That's crazy. And then you have you're kind of making a descending triangle. They're like drawing all this shit out. I'm like, why are we drawing support and resistances and trend lines on VIX? Like VIX is a measure of like volatility. Like it's a measurement. It's not a chart. There's no like, it's not a measurement of buying and like of necessarily like someone buying and selling it, right? Supply and demand there. It's a sense of like, the derivatives market on the S&P 500 and what's happening there as well as far as puts, etc. Right? So like, again, I'm not saying you're saying that whoever this is, but like, I don't like to look at VIX too much and I don't like to mention it in videos because people then run with these crazy ideas. And something that I'm always trying to push here on the channel is a sense of logic and normalcy to a certain extent. So, because I know when you start to overcompensate and start to add a bunch of unnecessary things, it typically just makes you worse at what you're doing, right? And so I try to put you guys in the best position, right? No, I don't think VIX does. Do what you gotta do, for sure. Do what you gotta do. Again, like go off, King. Like go off. Show me one pattern that has actively worked for VIX. But yeah, that's crazy. Again, just Google what is the VIX. Google what is an equity. He said you can chart anything. I'm like, okay, yeah. That's like, again, like in theory, yeah, I can chart anything, but I could go chart Fartcoin, but do I really think Fartcoin is going to respect supply and demand like the S&P 500? Do you see the difference? So in theory, yeah, I could. Like in theory, like I could get banned for saying that. So I don't know, like because it doesn't, dude. Look within. You're muted. I'm sorry. I gotta get rid of you. I'm sorry. Yeah. Hide user forever. Sorry. This is a really dumb statement. Like, sorry, that was crazy. He said you can chart VIX. It's really good to chart. You can chart anything, dude. It what bothers me it has no volume. I'm like, I wonder why. Like, because it's a fucking measurement of. You think consumer sentiment could bring the market down? I don't think consumer sentiment is that big of a deal. What else do you have today? Do you have Michigan inflation expectations? Yeah, that was crazy. He said, you can chart anything, dude, but I wonder why there's no volume on the chart. I'm like, who's going to tell him? Because I tried. Yeah, Michigan consumer expectations, I'd be looking at that. That's more important in my opinion. I want to see the 5-year and 1-year inflation. They're going to go up. I would assume inflation expectations go up. Maybe. CPI has gone down. CPI has gone down. Curious to keep seeing GDP reports too. Guys, I get the historics of March. I'm not saying that you have to keep dropping. I'm not saying that. Like, again, important to understand. Where does Tyler get very bearish? Like, where does Tyler say, okay, short, right? You break below these lows here, right? That's it. Below 19.5, and in this, you're in a range. Like, you have short, you can day trade, things like that, but like, it's clear as day you're in a range. Even pushing up here, you're trying to break out of the range because you're still stuck below previous lows from March 7th, last week. So important to understand that. But like all things considered, yeah. I think seasonality can be helpful. I do. Like November and December are typically always pretty great for the market. Like I totally agree. So yeah, I mean, I'm not saying they're not like useful, but I don't think you should ignore logic in place of one thing, right? So just because, like, let's say, like, I have a perfect chart setup or I get a perfect key level touch and we're bouncing, I shouldn't ignore tariffs. I shouldn't ignore giant red flags, in my opinion. You know what I mean? That's all that I'm saying. You know, that's my point. But end of the day, guys, you guys get to do what you want to do. Make your own decisions. 685. Oh man. Man. Where's pre-market lows? Dun. Pre-market lows are down here. Looks like you're gonna open below 19.5. So what it's looking like? Same story as yesterday though. You start breaking below, and it's gonna get ugly. Bright side though, overnight you've held the view up pretty consistently. Or trading Rocket? No, I don't trade Rocket Lab. I don't trade shit companies. Dude, my allergies are so bad right now. Thinking about 190 puts on Amazon. I mean, it just depends like what you're okay losing, right? You know what I mean? It's a big part of it. If you're okay taking a riskier position, sizing, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you're open up at 197. You gotta have stops around $200. You don't want to get wigged out, but yeah, because the 200 SMA. It's a little tough. I'd probably go to April. Probably April. Because I mean, honestly, I don't see downside lasting super long. I mean, maybe past April, but yeah, we'll see. ES is still like so trash. Like ES too. Like, dude, look how bad ES looks. Like, again, like we look at Nasdaq and like, yeah, you're finding some buyers, but like, look at ES. That's ES this week. Lower lows and lower highs all week. This is why I haven't really wanted to trade ES. So if anyone in Discord's wondered, this is why. No moves until Monday, so everything gets killed that expires today. This is a weekly, no, not a weekly expiration, a monthly expiration. So next week. Next week is y'all's OPEX. Y'all love talking about. Yeah, Dow. Dude, Dow looks fucking. Dow looks bad, dude. Dow looks bad. Yeah, I was struggling to find next big levels here on Dow because you sat here for so long. Probably there. Yeah. Yeah. I was really struggling to find these levels here on Dow. Oh, all right, guys. Probably gonna wrap it up here. 8:16. Take a few last questions, but yeah. I have 1,300 shares of Tesla TSLQ. Was that the leveraged one? Yeah. Best of luck, dude. I'm straight gambling. That's why I asked what your thoughts were. Yeah, I don't gamble on stocks. Sorry, man. I'll gamble on football though. What is the biggest chance you see in the market? I don't know what are we asking? What, guys? Does Bitcoin look like it's bear flagging to you? I could see that. I think it's a little forced. The big thing I'm watching on Bitcoin though is just grinding below the 200 SMA. If you hold below the 200 SMA, you look very, 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 very weak. As long as you sit below this, very, very weak. Are you green or red? You're green right now. No, I'm not staying live for the market. I'm going in Discord. So yeah. Anyways, guys, appreciate it. I'll be live again. Oh no, tomorrow's the weekend. Thank God, actually. But video coming out later. Have a good one. I've been trading options, but looking to learn futures. Which broker do you find best? I literally have it right there. I think if you're getting into futures, I think using a prop firm is the best way to do it. I've shown a lot of the money that I've made. I can't fake that information. So yeah. It's the best barrier to entry. I think my fund in futures is the best option right now as far as price point. Yeah. So I mean, I always post which prop firms I like, things like that, as far as the best deals, and who I use. So yeah. Again, the barrier to entry is pretty clean. But I use Tradeovate or I'd use Project X for my actual trading, which you'll see when you sign up with them. So, anyways, have a good one, guys.